Hey there, and welcome back to Main Title Animation, American Soldier. This is frame 7, and this is another frame that I struggled with a little bit in creating the animation, but ultimately I wasn't super happy with the finished product, but I didn't spend as much time as I did on frame 5. So I spent less time on this frame, turning it into a scene, but I do come back to it later on and kind of give it some final tweaks. So let's dive in and get started. So again, on this frame, I want to use some video. And I really liked the video of this, I think it's an F-16 fighter jet taking off. I like when we see the engine get red and the airplane starts moving. So I thought that'd be kind of cool to use in this scene. And I thought it'd be cool to cut to it at this point in the music. So I wanted to take my time to get the cut point right, so that it cuts with the music. Cool, I think that works. So now to the first half of the scene. I'm going to stick with the photographs that are currently in the style frames. And I thought I could possibly use the animation of the ink that was already placed into this layer. Okay, so the texture works over the jet. Type was a little bit hard to read, so I repositioned it. This opening sequence with the tank definitely does not work with the ink. It reveals way too much, and there's not enough image there of the tank. So using time remap, I can slow down how much of the ink is revealed. It would also be cool to have the tank slightly move forward, as if it's traveling on the ground. So now I'm trying a camera move where I just pull back to reveal more of the image. I also thought I would try another technique for creating parallax to create some depth. I've duplicated the layer, turned it black and white, crushed the levels, and then blurred it and pre-comped it. And then on the original layer, I added a displacement map, and to that displacement map, I changed the values to luminance and had that displacement map read the black and white blurred layer. And you can see there, it creates a little bit of a movement in the image. Again, I'm not going to get into this too deeply. If you want to know how to really master this technique, check out Beyond the Parallax Effect. It dives into this technique along with 6 other techniques. So here I've brought in an additional image of an infantryman that I thought was really cool. Just an interesting angle, interesting composition of this soldier with a gun. And I thought I could possibly make it work in this composition. Here I'm revealing the infantryman image with a ink layer. So that's cool. So the first scene with the soldiers wasn't working too well. It was kind of boring. So I brought in a third image. So this works better and is a little more interesting to watch. Here I'm just playing with the different transfer modes. And also trying out different ink footage to see which reveals the best. Messing with the position and scale of the tank. Want to get it just right. And to me, the tank is not working. So here I just deleted the position keyframes so that it does not move independently, and it may possibly work now. Sometimes things can get overcomplicated, and just simplifying movement can make a huge difference. Yeah, see, that already seems to work better.
This feeling comes over me almost like the singing of angels or something. I think it's the soundtrack or the film going through the machine.
Of all the scenes in this title sequence, this is probably my least favorite. So this time I decided to replace the ink footage with a paint reveal layer to just kind of change things up. I feel like the ink effect is being used a lot. I'd rather save it to the end of the title sequence to really bring it back and give it a lot of power. So in this case, I thought it was interesting. I brought the one of the layers of texture forward in Z space and made it travel in Z space in the foreground, and it made the texture a lot more interesting. Might try to go back and bring some of the other textures into Z space on some of the other scenes. Yeah, so that's looking better. I'm also going to try adding a paint reveal layer to the to transition the jet on screen. That didn't really work for me, so I decided to try adding a different paint effect over the jet and just use it as a texture over the top of the jet. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. The technique is cool. It's definitely too dark though. So what I'm doing differently here is just revealing a layer of texture in the paint reveal instead. So that was cool. I just want to tweak a little bit on the texture and the paint reveal. And just adding a quick blur to this paint reveal, and that should do it.